Well, remember that the halls of science are filled with thousands of failed medical theories. The halls of science are filled with thousands of failed medical theories. And once you get my new book, Epigenetics, the subtitle is The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. That's one of the more recent ones. And, of course, we're talking about the death of the theory that diseases are caused by just spontaneous generation, diseases are caused by evil spirits, diseases are caused by an imbalance of the four humors, an imbalance of blood and yellow bile and black bile and phlegm and all that kind of stuff, bloodletting. These are all failed medical theories. Some of them you're more familiar with, of course, is salt being bad. Salt causing high blood pressure. That's all a bunch of nonsense. I've been saying that since the 60s. I've been saying that for over 50 years. And, of course, now the CDC comes out and says, yeah, you're supposed to take about 12,000 milligrams of salt a day, which is 6 teaspoons a day. Whereas up until now, they've been saying, just 1,500 milligrams a day, which is a half a teaspoon. And so you got to go up 600%, okay? Because they found out that low salt causes all kinds of problems, including reflux. Reflux is a lack of stomach acid and lack of salt and so on. All the details are in the book, Epigenetics, The Death of Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Then, of course, the saturated fat theory is a dead theory. Saturated fat is healthier and better for you than are all the oils, which turn into trans fatty acids. Even organic wheat germ oil turns into trans fatty acids, heterocyclamines, and acrylamides, which are far more dangerous than any chemical the Dow Chemical and Monsanto can come up with as far as causing cancer and also blocking arteries. So that's a failed theory. That's all in the book, Epigenetics, The Death of Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And then, of course, the genetic transmission theory is totally dead as of March 22nd, 2013, when James Watson, one of the two Nobel Prize winners for proposing in 1953, 60 years ago, that the double helix was the structure of DNA. Well, he came out in March of 2013 in a very highly high-profile talk at the University of California, San Diego, and Salk Institute, an invited talk, and he said that all the experiments we've done in sequencing people with cancer, diabetes, and other diseases thought to be transmitted genetically have been irrelevant, because none of these diseases are transmitted genetically. It's all chemistry, biochemistry, a.k.a. nutrition. And, of course, everybody in that 300 experts in the room freaked out when he said that, and, of course, dismissed him as being an old fuddy-duddy. He was losing his mind. Nobody really knows what he was saying. Well, I'm here to tell you, we already know the cause, prevention, cure of cystic fibrosis. We already know the cause, prevention, cure of muscular dystrophy. And the Muscular Dystrophy Foundation just raised $52 million to look for the cure. We already know the cure for muscular dystrophy. It's absolutely a crime for them to be raising money under the guise to be looking for the cure. We already know the cure. Type 2 diabetes, you can make your church family totally diabetes-free in 2 months or less. Heart disease, there's no heart disease caused by genetics. It's all caused by nutritional deficiencies and free radical damage. Congestive heart failure is caused by deficiency of a single vitamin. Cardiomyopathy heart disease is caused by deficiency of a single mineral. Coronary artery disease is caused by free radical damage from consuming oil, oxidized oils, heated oils. Okay, that's just the opposite of what we've been said. All this has come about because they're trying to sell Crisco since 1908. Okay, and Procter & Gamble gave the American Heart Association $1.7 million back in 1911, I believe it was, to endorse Crisco as a healthier way to cook than animal fat. There was no science to show that. It was just an ad campaign. Then, of course, Alzheimer's disease is not genetic. I can show you in the book, Epigenetics, how to prevent and reverse Alzheimer's disease. That's right. You can reverse it. You can prevent it. You can reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease by more than 80% just by a simple supplement program. Arthritis, it's not a genetic disease. We can support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. All this is in great detail in the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And then, of course, birth defects of every kind. There's no birth defect that's caused by genetics. They're all caused by nutritional deficiencies of the embryo. Lifespan. There are certain rare earths that double the lifespan of laboratory animals. The diets are exactly the same. Only one group gets the rare earths put in their alfalfa pellets with all the vitamins and minerals. The other one just gets the alfalfa pellets with all the vitamins and minerals. Well, just by adding the rare earths, you double lifespans. How good is that? Well, you want all this information, contact your Young TV associate and ask for Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. It will blow your mind how much we know. And there's no laws requiring the medical system to cure you when there's a cure available. And so they choose to treat you because they might only make, for instance, for rheumatoid arthritis, which is curable in 2 weeks, to cure you, they might only make $300. But if they treat you for 25 years, they make $750,000. So no laws against it, so they choose to treat you rather than cure you. Well, the book Epigenetics is going to show you how to cure yourself. I mean, how good is that? Get the book Epigenetics and learn why the death of genetic theory is going to help you with a better lifespan, better quality of life for your kids and grandkids. I mean, even the baby formulas that are famous and people know about, things like Gerber's, Infamil, Similac, have less than 20% of the required minerals and vitamins. Less than 20%. Dog food has 100%. Chicken food has 100%. And so you got to supplement these kids. And I urge you to contact your Youngevity associate. And again, ask for the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And ask them to help you supplement your kids and grandkids. Add 25 to 50 healthy years of their life. Give them a better quality of life. Make your life better and much more fun. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Well, this is one that I've kind of heard you and Dr. Glidden talk about this before, and it's questions you should ask your doctor or your oncologist once you get a diagnosis of cancer. And this was a Fox News story that was headlined 10 questions to ask your doctor after a cancer diagnosis. And he says that about 1 million people every year are diagnosed with some sort of cancer. He says you need to talk frankly with your cancer team. He recommends that every newly diagnosed person ask their oncologist or physician all important questions. There's 10 of them here. And the first one is, what kind of cancer do I have? Is the kind of cancer I have treatable? And then they go on to say, what kind of cancer do I have? Where is it located? Has it spread? They said your treatment plan will be constructed upon this information. And what stage is my cancer? And there is 0 to 4, of course, which is all assessed off the size of the tumors or whether it's spread. And then there's number 4. It says, should I continue taking supplements like vitamins and minerals? They say heavily dependent upon the kind of treatment protocol you undergo. Many people take vitamin and mineral supplements to support optimal health and nutrition. They say, first and foremost, he encourages cancer patients to consume high-quality food. He said some high-dose antioxidant treatments can lessen the effectiveness of cancer treatment. It's important to discuss your vitamin supplementation with your doctor or dietitian. And they go on to say, will I be in pain? What medications can ease the discomfort? It says most cancer patients are already in pain from the disease. And they say, when should I tell my family? The only person to make that decision should be the patient. He says he does recommend that the patient and their close family members like spouses or siblings be fully informed about the cancer treatment and the plan. It says oncologists should be part of that conversation in case there's questions the family members have. And they say, number 7, what standard protocol for the type of cancer I have and what are the downsides? They say once you understand what you're dealing with, you can better understand the doctor's plan for treatment. Number 8, can you recommend a colleague for a second opinion? He actually advises that you should do this, which kind of surprised me. And then number 9, how will cancer treatment affect my daily life? Says most cancer treatment is debilitating to some degree. And number 10, what cancer supportive services are available? And that's all stuff like these, hospice care and that kind of stuff. But, they didn't ask some of when you and Dr. Glidden give the 10 questions there you should ask your oncologist, they didn't ask the most important one. Have you ever cured anybody of this cancer? And are there any patients still alive that I can talk to and discuss it because they've already gone through it?
Exactly. And, of course, if you're going to take vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants if you have cancer, I'd certainly recommend that, highly recommend it. And you need to say, look, Doc, I'm going to take these things. And if you want me to take chemotherapy and radiation, you have to pick a system in which the treatment won't interfere with my lifestyle, which is going to include high levels of antioxidants and vitamins, minerals. And the reasoning, of course, here is chemotherapy and radiation, Doug, kill normal cells as well as cancer cells. Doctors always infer that they're targeted and they kill only cancer cells. That's nonsense. They kill every cell. And that's why so many people fail. 97% of the time, chemotherapy and radiation fails because it kills the patient. People don't die of cancer all the time. Most of the time, they die of cancer treatment. And even the federal government came out several years ago and said, do not get cancer therapy for certain types of cancer. And they listed them, including prostate cancer, because very few people really die of prostate cancer. Almost everybody who has prostate cancer when they dies of the prostate cancer treatment. Okay? And this includes Linus Pauling, winner of 2 Nobel Prizes. He was killed by his doctors who over-treated him with chemotherapy for prostate cancer. Well, these are things that you need to know. You're just cooking your meat medium rare, ladies, instead of well done, you'll reduce your risk of breast cancer by 462%. Reduce your risk of breast cancer by 82% by supplementing with selenium. Get the book Epigenetics. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Arkansas. And John, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, John, you're on the air.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. I'm John. I'm male, 76 years old, 5'7", 165 pounds. And I listen to your program regularly.
Okay.
Nigh on to 3 weeks ago, there was a gentleman called in that had exactly the same things that I had with shoulder pain and neck pain. And you recommended the bone and joint pack. And so I called Nancy Bollinger and ordered it to the tune of nigh on to $200 or a little better. And I still haven't got the CM cream. That was back ordered, and that's the one I really, really wanted, but nevertheless it didn't come. But anyway, I started taking it exactly according to the directions, and I took it for 3 days, and I turned sicker than a dog. I had diarrhea. I thought I was sick to my stomach, but I never did vomit or anything like that. But I was down for 4 days. I even missed golf, and that's really bad. And so I just sat here in my chair and ran to the bathroom and drank.
Okay, well, I get the drill. Let me ask you a couple of questions here. When you were a kid, did you have asthma?
No, never have.
Okay, have you ever had any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea on your face?
No, sir. No, sir.
Do you have acne?
I've been kind of healthier than a horse. Go ahead.
Well, I don't believe that, because you said you had neck and shoulder pain. That's not healthy as a horse. Okay, so let me ask some questions here. And do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes, I'm the oldest of 7.
Sir, you have 7 brothers and sisters?
6 brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest of 7.
You're oldest of 7, okay. And do any of them have any health problems?
I've got a sister that had cancer. Yeah, there's been 2 sisters that have had some semblance of cancer and that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Anybody have their appendix taken out?
All of us.
All of us had your appendix taken out?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Charmaine, you there?
I'm here, Doc.
Okay, what is our friend John's basic problem here?
Him and his whole family, they have a gluten intolerance, absolutely.
Have a drop-dead gluten intolerance. And that old adage, you are what you eat, is absolutely positively not true. What has replaced that old adage, you are what you eat, Char?
You are what you absorb.
There you go. If you can't absorb much, you're taking stuff in the front end, guess what? It's going to come out the back end. And that's very typical of people with a gluten intolerance, particularly, your age. You've been eating gluten 2-3 times a day for 76 years, and that's problematic. So hang on, we'll come back. We'll tell you what to do after these messages. And we got an alert here. Of course, this ISIS bunch cut off the head of a news reporter by the name of Foley, and they just cut off the head of another news reporter by the name of Sotloff. And they say they're coming for America. They're coming, and they're going to put up their ISIS flag at the White House and so forth. So these are warnings, say, hey, here we are. We're coming to get you. And so I want everybody to get a hold of that book, God Bless America, and learn how to protect your homestead against invasion of aliens, whether it's from space or from Syria and Afghanistan and Iraq, or if it's from Mexico. How to save yourself and your family, what you can do to prepare for these things. You're going to need a 3-month supply of foods. Get a hold of Go Foods. You're going to need a 3-month supply of supplements. Get them on hand. Get a Go bag going or grab and go. It'll tell you, the book, God Bless America, will tell you the basic things you need to do. The colloidal silver, our PureWorks, teach you how to deal with wounds and trauma. You need the book, God Bless America to save yourself. And by saving yourself, you're going to save America. Remember, the bad guys say they're coming, and after 9/11, we got to believe them. And so be prepared. Don't run to the store after everything's gone. And so get a hold of the book. Again, God Bless America, and save yourself, save your family. You'll save America. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Arkansas and John. Okay, let's see. Shar, what dietary restrictions would you give John here?
He can't eat any wheat, barley, rye, or oats, and if he takes longevity, he needs to take the 2.0 pack.
Okay, exactly. The Healthy Start Pack 2.0, which is drop-dead gluten-free. And at 76 years of age, he's been eating gluten at least 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day for 76 years. And so he's got some serious damage to his intestines. And it's going to take maybe 90 days before he sees some dramatic benefit. It might take a year before he's completely 100% healed. This is not going to be an easy thing, and he's going to have to be constantly vigilant. And everybody in the household, including the dog and the cat and the bird and the fish and mother-in-law and anybody else living in the house with him, man, woman, kids, doesn't matter. Everybody's got to be drop-dead gluten-free. And what I would do is cut the dose of the products he's taking, the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. I'd cut the dose down to, say, just a quarter of a dose, and within a couple of weeks he'll be able to absorb most of it, and in the meantime he's going to get something. And these are the sort of things you have to use some common sense here, but it's going to take a while to get complete recovery. But stay on it, John, and remember that the reason why everything's coming out the other end is because you're not absorbing it. If everybody in your family has had appendicitis, you're obligated as a sibling. You love your family. You want to tell them that they need to be gluten-free, and particularly if your sisters, they have passed that on to all of their children. Okay, and at your age, they've got grandkids, and so this has all got to be passed on through the women down into the men get it, but they can't pass it on because they don't have pregnancy and breastfeed. And so particularly the women in your family, your brothers and sisters all have to know, but your sisters have to know, and all their children have to know, and their daughters and grandkids all have to know. This is a big deal. You'll be able to increase your quality of your life. You'll definitely be able to save their lives by doing this. Call us in 2 weeks. Let us know how your progress is going. Let us know when you get the CM cream. There's all kinds of topical pain relief you can get in any drugstore, and you might look into that as a stopgap measure. If you have any of our aromatherapy oils, we do have a trauma oil. The trauma oil, you can put that on, and you can call up the company and ask them to send it overnight. They will do that, the trauma oil. You can apply that and get some speedy relief there. Hang on, we'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages.
All right, let's head to Texas. And Lynn, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Lynn, you're on the air.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to talk with you.
Well, thank you. How can I help you?
I have a dog who has a fatty tumor, and she also does a lot of shedding. And I was wondering what I could do about either one of those.
Okay. Well, fatty tumors, is it just one or is it multiple?
It's just one.
Okay. Now, is this on the back or the neck or under the belly? Or
It's on the belly, right under where her rib cage ends, right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how big is it? The size of a pea, an orange?
It's about the size of a kidney bean.
Okay. All right, and it's movable under the skin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sometimes these are just best left alone, and they just won't get bigger. And I'd measure it, and once a month I'd measure it. If it looks like it's growing a little bit, they never become malignant, but they can become an irritant. The dog lays down, they begin to scratch at it, and this, that, and the other. So if it gets to that point, you can get a local anesthesia. It's kind of like a 2-minute procedure, local anesthesia, just to do like a 1/4 of an inch incision, take it out of there, 2 stitches, it's done. But in the beginning, I would just leave it alone. From the shedding part, I would give the dog our Arthrodex. How much does the dog weigh?
15 pounds.
15 pounds?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I would go ahead and Shar, you have 2 small dogs. How much Arthrodex do you give your dogs?
Well, I don't measure, but I coat their food. I mean, it's all over their food.
I mean, do you give them like a half a scoop or a full scoop or?
Well, the one only weighs 5 pounds.
So do you give it a part of a scoop?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every day they've already had it today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's one scoop of the Arthrodex per 25 pounds of body weight, and so if you have a dog that weighs 15 pounds, I'd go ahead and give it a half a scoop of the Arthrodex. I'd also give it one of the EFA capsules a day. You can just puncture the capsule and squirt the contents on the food. And then you might have a lot of fun. Get our hair, skin, and nails, which I just love. Both Char and I use it. And Char, what's happened to you since you've been using the hair, skin, and nails?
My fingernails are growing like crazy. My hair is growing like crazy. And now I have to shave my legs every day, unfortunately.
Well, that's TMI. Okay. But at any rate, yeah, what I would do is go ahead and add one capsule of the hair, skin, and nails to your dog's food, too. Just open it up and dump the powder into the dog food. And that should take care of the excessive shedding. And be sure to get a dog food that's gluten-free. Read the label, make sure it's grain-free. It's not bad to have vegetables in there, but you want it grain-free. And that should solve all the problems. Don't forget the Arthrodex, half a scoop a day. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go to another caller here, Doug.
Let's head to Tennessee. And Dorothy, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Dorothy, you're on the air.
Yes, sir.
How can we help you?
I'm taking the Healthy Body Start Pack and the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack.
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
About 120.
120, okay. And what health problems do you have? Why are you taking all that?
I'm taking it because I have this noise in my head, this
is
roaring.
it a tone? Like a roaring or a tone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever had a diagnosis of tinnitus or ringing in the ears?
Yes,
anything like that?
Yes, sir. They said there wasn't anything they could do for it.
Well, this is your lucky day because Char and I can help you. Okay. And let's see here. Do you have any noisy joints or arthritis?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you have any high blood pressure?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Char, what would you give her for tinnitus, ringing in the ears?
Well, it's got to be the OsteoFX Plus and Ultimate Daily.
Okay. And what would you stick down in her ears?
CM cream.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll stop it for a while.
Yeah, and so in addition to what you're taking, I would go ahead and be sure to get a bottle, because you're a small person, you're only 120-something pounds, and so I would go ahead and get a jar, wide-mouth jar of the CM cream, put a quarter of a teaspoon down in each ear every morning when you wake up, and use a Q-tip and get that CM cream down in your ear canal like you're trying to get wax out of your ear. You have to do it. Don't let anybody else do it. And then I would also take the glucogel, one bottle of glucogel, because you're already getting some of the OsteoFX Plus with the Healthy Start Pack and the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. But you need the glucogel and then that CM cream. And then call us back in 2 weeks and let us know how that noise is doing, because that usually indicates you have osteoporosis of the skull. Okay. And how old are you again, Dorothy?
66.
Yeah, 66 is not unusual for people who are 66 years of age to have a little bit of osteoporosis, and that actually causes a squeezing of the roots of the auditory branch of the eighth cranial nerve. You get this roaring sound in your head. Also, do you ever have any balance problems, or like you have motion sickness, a little nausea, anything like that?
Yeah, since I've been taking this stuff, I feel nauseated when I take this.
Okay. Well, cut your dose. Make sure you're taking it with meals. Don't take it on an empty stomach, okay? Don't take it on an empty stomach. Just take the supplements kind of halfway through your meal so you have some food in your stomach. Don't take it on an empty stomach. And then get that CM cream and the glucogel, okay? And then call us every 2 weeks and let us know how that ringing is doing. I've had the ringing go away in 10 minutes, and people who are in their 80s. What happens is it'll slowly come back after about 4 or 5 hours, because what it does is it takes the CM cream will take the swelling away from around the roots of that nerve, but it wears off in a couple hours. And so it's going to take about 3 to 4 months for it to be gone permanently. But the doctors, I'm sure they've taken x-rays or CAT scans of your head, and they didn't see any cancer in your brain or anything like that. And so that's why they say there's nothing to do for it. Well, that's nonsense. There are things you can do, but it's not anything they know about because, they tend to be very ignorant about these things. All right. Well, give us a call in 2 weeks after you have the CM cream and the glucogel. But do take your supplements with your meals, and don't take it all at once because you're a small person. Separate out, so at least divide your calculated dose, half a dose at breakfast, half a dose at dinner. Okay, Doug, can we start another question?
Yeah, let's head to Los Angeles, California. And Joe, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Joe, you're on the air.
Hello, Dr. Wallach. How you doing there?
Okay, sir.
Wish I had known about you while I was playing ball. But anyway.
How can we help you now?
I'm dealing right now, I'm 55. I'm dealing right now with adult onset diabetes. Got this weird numbness in my feet with the stabbing pains. And then I'm told from that the diabetes is causing the constipation I'm dealing with. Also this overall weakness sometime I get in my body, have no energy. And I also have an enlarged prostate with this frequent urination thing going on. So I'm wondering what products. I weigh 325 and I'm 6'7".
And did you play basketball or football?
I played football at UCLA, and I was a 1982 draft choice of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right. Well, hang on, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to California and Joe. Okay, Shar, this is a Shar thing. Guy weighs 325 pounds. He's got diabetes. He's got peripheral neuropathies, constipation. He's got, exhaustion, weakness, fatigue. Okay, what would you do for this young fella?
Well, he needs 3 healthy blood sugar packs, and he needs to get on a gluten-free diet for sure. That's most of the trouble.
Okay. And what would you do? What would you do for the neuropathy? The pain down in his legs and things.
He needs Ultimate Daily for that.
Okay, Ultimate Daily. That's good for the circulation. And what would you do for the back problem?
Glucogel.
Well, there you go. 325 pounds. I'd give him 20 glucogel a day. Okay. Yeah. So you're exactly right. I'd give him 3. Joe, you need 3 because this goes by body weight, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. And 6'7", I'd like to see you, at maybe 250. So we might want you to lose about 75 pounds over time. But unless this is all muscle, which it could be if you're an athlete and exercising. But Shar says 3 healthy blood sugar packs. That'll be 12 of these sweeties a day, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. That'll be 3 ounces a day of the OsteoFX Plus, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses 3 times a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. And then, as Shar said, get yourself 2 bottles of the Ultimate Daily tablets. Take 12 of those a day, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. That's going to be for circulation in your legs. And also maybe for weakness. You never know what's going on in your heart there. You could have some coronary artery disease. But also, I would get the Rebound, which is our sports drink for athletes, whether they're regularly playing, sports or past sports. It's a great sports drink. Gatorade has 2 nutrients. Powerade has 6. Our Rebound has 100 nutrients in it, so this will be great for you. And don't forget those 20 capsules of the glucogel. That'll require 3 bottles a month of the glucogel. That'd be 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner, and 5 at bedtime with a glass of water. And then let's get going on this. This is a lot, and of course you want to change your lifestyle, as Shar says. You want to get away from all the gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. You may want to listen to that CD called Serial Killers, all the hidden places you're going to find gluten. Everybody in your household, including the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, woman, mother-in-law, kids, everybody's got to be gluten-free. And any siblings you have, brothers and sisters, they have to be notified about the gluten problem. And give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know your weight, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and let us know how your neuropathy is going, because these things can resolve themselves pretty quickly. And you'll be amazed, I think. And once we resolve some of this stuff, we can begin to cut dosages and kind of soften the cost a little bit. Then we'll go ahead and add the ASAP and have you lose some weight. And again, give us a call every couple of weeks and let us know how this goes. Okay, I really appreciate you. We have a lot of professional athletes, a lot of basketball players, football players, hockey players, soccer players, Harlem Globetrotters, Denver Nuggets. We have Olympic athletes, Alicia Jones, 3 gold medals going after her 4th gold medal. These people just love this stuff, and you'll love it too. Okay, Doug, how much time we have left here?
Got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take it and remind everybody to get my newest book out now, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Get that. Also, don't forget, ISIS says they're coming to the United States. They're coming to get us. All right, well, be prepared. Get a hold of that book, God Bless America. Get your Go Foods. Get a 3-month supply for everybody in the house of all your 90 essential nutrients. Get your sports drinks, the Rebound, and make sure you have everything you need, plenty of water. And again, the book, God Bless America, will teach you how to use the colloidal silver and the Pure Works, how to deal with wounds of various types, trauma, and so forth. Teach you what you need to put in your go bag, how to fend off people trying to break into your house, how to protect yourself and your family against muggings, armed invasion from ISIS, from all over the place, okay? Well, thank you, Shar. Super job. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.